Have you ever felt like you're trying your best but still not getting where you want to be in life? It's frustrating, isn't it? You put in the effort, yet success seems to slip through your fingers. But what if I told you there's a reason behind this common struggle? Picture this: you're driving a car with a blindfold on. You have no idea where you're going, yet you keep pressing on the gas pedal, hoping to reach your destination. Sounds absurd, right? Yet this is how many of us live our lives, blindly navigating through without a clear understanding of what drives our actions. Imagine you're holding on to a balloon filled with helium. You cling to it tightly, fearing that if you let go, you'll lose something valuable. But the truth is, by holding on too tightly, you restrict your own freedom and prevent yourself from reaching new heights. Welcome to Real Wisdom, where we unravel the mysteries behind why 99% of people struggle to find true fulfillment in life. Like, comment, share, and subscribe as we embark on a journey of self-discovery together. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, constantly chasing after success, wealth, and happiness. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking a fulfilling life lies not in the pursuit of external goals, but in understanding the inner workings of your mind? Think about it: how often do we find ourselves at the mercy of our emotions, reacting impulsively to the challenges and setbacks life throws our way? It's like being caught in a never-ending roller coaster ride, with no control over where it takes us next. But what if I told you there's a way to break free from this cycle of suffering? What if I told you that by gaining insight into the fundamental truths of existence, you can transform your life in ways you never thought possible? Join us as we explore the profound wisdom of Buddhism, a timeless philosophy that offers practical tools for navigating the complexities of modern life. Through simple yet profound teachings, we'll learn how to cultivate inner peace, overcome adversity, and find true happiness in the present moment. So sit back, relax, and open your mind to the endless possibilities that await. Together, let's uncover the secrets to living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Lesson 1: The Illusion of Control. Do you ever feel like life is slipping through your fingers? Like no matter how hard you try, things just don't go your way? You're not alone. Many of us struggle with this feeling of powerlessness. But what if I told you that this struggle stems from a fundamental misunderstanding? It's the illusion of control that keeps us trapped in a cycle of frustration and disappointment. Imagine you're standing by a river, trying to hold on to the water as it rushes past. No matter how tightly you grip, it slips through your fingers. Life is like that river. It flows relentlessly, indifferent to our attempts to control it. Yet, we cling to the belief that we can shape our destinies, control outcomes, and dictate the course of events. But the truth is, the more we grasp for control, the more elusive it becomes. We become anxious, stressed, and overwhelmed as we desperately try to manipulate the uncontrollable. It's like trying to hold on to smoke: the harder you try, the more it slips away. Buddhism teaches us that this illusion of control is the root of much of our suffering. The Buddha himself recognized the futility of trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead, he urged us to let go of our attachment to outcomes and embrace the flow of life. Think about a time when you were faced with a situation beyond your control. Perhaps you were stuck in traffic, waiting for an important meeting, or dealing with a difficult person. How did it feel to surrender to the reality of the situation? Did you find peace in acceptance, or did you resist, clinging to the hope that things would somehow change? The truth is, we cannot control the actions of others, the twists and turns of fate, or the passage of time. We can only control our responses to life's challenges. This realization is both liberating and empowering. It frees us from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable and allows us to focus on what truly matters: our inner state of being. So how do we break free from the illusion of control? How do we learn to let go and surrender to the flow of life? It starts with awareness, becoming mindful of our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Through mindfulness, we can observe the patterns of our minds and recognize when we are grasping for control. But mindfulness alone is not enough. We must also cultivate acceptance and surrender. This doesn't mean resigning ourselves to fate or passively accepting whatever comes our way. It means recognizing the limitations of our control and finding peace in letting go. The practice of mindfulness teaches us to live in the present moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When we let go of our attachment to outcomes, we can fully immerse ourselves in the richness of life as it unfolds moment by moment. So the next time you find yourself struggling to control the uncontrollable, remember the wisdom of Buddhism. Let go of your grip on life and surrender to the flow of the river. In doing so, you may just find the peace and contentment you've been searching for. Lesson 2: The Power of Mindfulness. In a world buzzing with distractions, where every beep, ding, and notification pulls our attention, finding peace can feel like chasing a mirage. Yet, nestled within the ancient teachings of Buddhism lies a powerful tool for reclaiming our focus and tranquility: mindfulness. Imagine this: you're sitting at your desk, overwhelmed by the mountain of tasks ahead. Your mind races with worries about deadlines, emails, and meetings. But then you take a deep breath and bring your attention to the present moment. You notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath, the sensation of your feet grounded on the floor. Suddenly the chaos begins to fade, replaced by a sense of calm clarity. This is the magic of mindfulness. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present, without judgment, in each moment of our lives. It's the art of tuning into our thoughts, feelings, and sensations with open curiosity and acceptance. Instead of getting lost in the whirlwind of our minds, we learn to anchor ourselves in the here and now. One of the simplest yet most profound mindfulness practices is mindful breathing. By focusing on the rhythm of our breath, we can anchor ourselves in the present moment and cultivate a sense of inner peace. With each inhale and exhale, we let go of worries about the past and future and simply exist in the beauty of the now. But mindfulness isn't just about sitting still and breathing. It's a way of life, a practice we can bring to every aspect of our day, from eating and walking to working and communicating. When we approach each activity with mindful awareness, we tap into a wellspring of joy and fulfillment that transcends the chaos of our busy lives. Research has shown that mindfulness has a host of benefits for our mental and physical well-being. From reducing stress and anxiety to improving focus and decision-making, its effects ripple through every area of our lives. By training our minds to be more present and aware, we become the architects of our own happiness. So how can we cultivate mindfulness in our daily lives? It starts with carving out moments of stillness amidst the noise, whether through formal meditation or simple pauses for reflection. It's about bringing intentionality to our actions, savoring each moment as it unfolds. And perhaps most importantly, it's about approaching ourselves and others with compassion and kindness, recognizing that we're all on this journey together. As we deepen our practice of mindfulness, we begin to see the world with fresh eyes, untethered from the burdens of the past and the anxieties of the future. We discover that true happiness isn't found in external achievements or possessions, but in the simple moments of connection and presence. And in this realization, we find the key to unlocking the fullness of life. Lesson 3: Overcoming Attachment and Aversion. Have you ever felt the sting of disappointment when something you desired didn't go your way? Maybe it was that dream job you didn't get or the relationship that didn't work out. We've all been there. It's natural to feel attached to things we want or averse to things we don't, but clinging too tightly to our desires or pushing away what we dislike can lead to suffering. Picture this: you're holding onto a balloon filled with helium. You love how it floats effortlessly in the air, but you're also afraid of losing it. So you grip it tightly, afraid to let go. But as you hold on, the balloon starts to lose its buoyancy, and eventually it pops, leaving you empty-handed and disappointed. This is what attachment and aversion do to our minds. They weigh us down and eventually burst our bubble of happiness. But there's a way out of this cycle of suffering, and it's rooted in the teachings of Buddhism. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate a mindset of non-attachment, where we learn to let go of our cravings and aversions. Instead of clinging to things that are fleeting, we learn to appreciate them while they last and gracefully let them go when it's time. It's about finding peace in impermanence rather than resisting it. Think of a flowing river. It doesn't cling to its banks or resist the twists and turns along its path. Instead, it flows effortlessly, adapting to whatever obstacles come its way. In the same way, we can learn to flow with the currents of life, embracing change rather than fearing it. One of the keys to overcoming attachment and aversion is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to see them for what they are, temporary experiences that come and go like passing clouds in the sky. Imagine yourself sitting by a peaceful lake, watching as ripples form and dissolve on the surface of the water. Similarly, mindfulness allows us to observe the ebb and flow of our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. Instead of reacting impulsively to our desires and aversions, we can respond with clarity and wisdom. But mindfulness alone isn't enough. We also need to cultivate compassion and loving-kindness towards ourselves and others. When we approach ourselves and others with kindness and understanding, we create a space of acceptance where attachment and aversion have no room to thrive. Consider the story of the lotus flower, which blooms in muddy waters. Despite its surroundings, the lotus remains pure and untainted. In the same way, we can learn to cultivate inner peace and resilience in the midst of life's challenges. So, the next time you find yourself clinging to a desire or pushing away something you dislike, remember the wisdom of Buddhism. By practicing non-attachment, mindfulness, and compassion, you can free yourself from the chains of attachment and aversion and find true happiness and contentment in every moment. Lesson 4: Embracing Impermanence. In the journey of life, we often cling to the idea of permanence. We seek stability, security, and assurance in the things and people around us. But the truth is, everything in this world is impermanent. It's like trying to grasp water in your hands. No matter how hard you try, it slips away. Imagine a beautiful flower blooming in the morning. It's vibrant, full of life, and seemingly everlasting. But as the day progresses, it begins to wither and fade away. This simple yet profound example illustrates the nature of impermanence. Buddhism teaches us to embrace impermanence rather than resist it. Instead of mourning the loss of what was, we can learn to appreciate the beauty of each moment as it unfolds. When we acknowledge impermanence, we become more present in our lives. We savor the joys, knowing they won't last forever. We also find solace in difficult times, understanding that pain too shall pass. The impermanence of life reminds us to let go of attachments. We often cling to people, possessions, and experiences, believing they define who we are. But when we realize that everything is transient, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. By embracing impermanence, we cultivate gratitude for the present moment. We cherish our relationships, knowing they won't last forever. We value our experiences, recognizing their fleeting nature. Moreover, impermanence teaches us resilience. Just as the seasons change, so do the circumstances of our lives. When faced with challenges, we can adapt and grow, knowing that nothing is permanent. In the grand scheme of the universe, our lives are but a fleeting moment. Embracing impermanence allows us to appreciate the preciousness of each passing second. It inspires us to live fully, love deeply, and let go gracefully. So, as you navigate the ups and downs of life, remember the wisdom of impermanence. Embrace each moment with an open heart and a curious mind. For in the impermanent nature of existence lies the true beauty of being alive.